First, I am so over the if you're struggling with money, here are the tips conversations. Generally, our kinds of people aren't struggling with money. They've had it, they've seen it as an amoral tool. They might understand conceptually how it ebbs and flows. They can manage it. And if somebody asked them straight up, "Are you struggling with money?" they might say no and mean it for the most part, even if they would like more or they're in a season of less. And yet, they might still sign up on the sly for people's lead magnets that promise showing them the no effort way to add a zero to your bank account, or why you can't seem to break through your revenue ceiling as an entrepreneur, etc. So let me just normalize this first as we dive into this series. I want to talk to you about money. I want to explore with you the somatics of creating money, of having it, flowing it, managing it well. And I want to do so from a place where it's fine to have what you have, be that struggle, desperation, well-being, or a place of expansion, whatever you want. And it's also okay to be where you are and desire more for whatever reasons you desire more. Okay, so with that, let me start with something that tends to relieve people when they finally hear it. Most people who have been trying to create more money or figure out their money issues aren't tangling with that because they lack intelligence, discipline, or ambition. And they're not blocked because they have the wrong mindset or they don't rehearse their beliefs enough. What is usually happening is simpler and harder at the same time. Their nervous system can't stay organized through the actual process of making money. And that matters because making money is not a single act. It is a long chain of moments that require you to stay present through uncertainty, exposure, timing, negotiation, rejection, responsibility, and follow through. So if at any point the body loses coherence along that chain, money starts to feel heavy, inconsistent, or exhausting, even when the strategy makes sense. And you can see this in how people talk about money. They might hesitate when it's time to charge, even though they know that their work has value. They overwork when waiting would be smarter. They disappear when it's time to be visible, or they push when listening would have actually created more traction. From the outside, these get labeled as confidence issues, motivation issues, mindset problems. And from the inside, they feel like friction, like something is always just, slightly off. This is where somatics changes the conversation. Money, wealth, responds to nervous systems that can transmit value cleanly under pressure. This does not mean perfection, or it doesn't mean that it's effortless, but it is reliable. Systems that can stay upright when stakes rise, or stay present when things are ambiguous, and stay responsive without collapsing or forcing. That isn't a moral quality, it's a capacity. And it's why so much business advice quietly fails. Because most advice assumes that bodies are interchangeable, that if you copy the right strategy or adopt the right habits or push through your discomfort hard enough, things will line up. And that's a nice fairy tale, but nervous systems aren't interchangeable. Different bodies create value in different ways. They handle pressure differently. They signal trust differently. They move through uncertainty on different timelines. So when someone tries to make money in a way that doesn't match their nervous system, it doesn't just feel hard. It creates a constant sense of self-interference. They start second guessing themselves. They'll oscillate between effort and avoidance. They burn energy managing internal resistance rather than building momentum. And this is where the idea of somatic coherence becomes really useful. Coherence, in simple terms, is whether a system can stay organized when something real is happening. Not calm, not perfect, organized enough to respond and create instead of react. When coherence drops, money making doesn't stop because the person isn't capable. It'll stop or stall because the body can't reliably carry the conditions money requires: exposure, exchange, responsibility, and timing. Over time, people develop workarounds. They copy someone else's style. They force themselves into structures that don't quite fit, or they retreat into endless preparation, waiting to feel ready or aligned. What they're actually waiting for is capacity. In our work, we found that most people lead with one of 4 dominant somatic configurations, what we call the somatic skins. These are not personalities or identities. They are ways that your nervous system organizes itself around pressure. Each skin has a clear advantage when it comes to making money. Each also has predictable friction points where money tends to leak, stall, or feel effortful. And when people try to make money through a skin that isn't theirs, things get unnecessarily hard. Some systems are built to hold tension and decide. Others are built to sense timing and adapt. Some create value through clarity and precision. Others through relationship and experience. None of these ways are better than the others. The problem isn't the skin, it's mismatch. When someone learns how to work with their dominant configuration instead of against it, money doesn't become effortless or magical, but it does become cleaner, simpler, more consistent, less draining. In this series of the somatics of money, we're going to walk through each of the 4 somatic skins and look at how money actually moves through each one, where value is created, where friction tends to show up, and what somatic skills make money making easier instead of exhausting. You don't have to change who you are, but we are exploring how you build the capacity in your nervous system that you actually need. If you're curious what skin you lead with, which would make this series far more helpful, there is a short somatic skins assessment linked below in the description. It's not advice, it's orientation. And then, if you know that you want to train these capacities deeper instead of just understanding them, that is the work that we do inside of the Prestige, and you're welcome to join us for a season. For now, the important thing to hold is this: money isn't responding to your intentions. It's responding to how organized your system stays when it's time to show up, engage, and follow through. And that's what we're going to unpack next. If you have made it this far in the video, thank you. I look forward to seeing you on the next one, the Warriors, Orientation, and Money. Until then, please do consider liking and subscribing, and let me know in the comments what is resonating with you. Till next time.